everyone, and welcome to session 54. 54 of the Little Wolf Knits channel. My name is Brianna, and I am the dyer, designer, and human behind the Little Wolf Knits and this YouTube channel, and I am so happy to be here with you today on this kind of overcast. I feel like it's overcast every week. I'm not sure what's happening there. Tuesday, it is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is August 20th. I am so excited, like I said, to be here with you. We have lots to chat about, but honestly, not that much to show because I have been doing so much knitting, and almost everything that I have to show today has pretty much been knit twice. So lots of knitting hours, but it might not look like it from the beginning or from what you can see, I guess. But wow, words feel really hard today, but I have lots to talk about. So let's jump in and let's start with what I'm wearing. I have worn this FO before. You've seen it now in this sample and the other sample of this top. Oh my goodness, I feel like I'm so out of touch today. My phone was not on silent. But I am wearing my third Ave tee, and this is in strawberry milk on catamaran. And this is so much fun. So much fun. We love this so much. It is my first sample. Like I said, I've made a second sample, and I wear it nonstop. And there's some exciting news about it that takes us right into admin. There are a few housekeeping updates this week, and one of them has to do with the third Ave tee because this pattern is releasing on Friday, which is tomorrow if you're watching this on Thursday when it comes out. This pattern is releasing on Friday, August 23rd, and y'all seem so excited for it. I am so excited. If you want to be the first to hear about the pattern release and to get an exclusive newsletter discount for release weekend, make sure to sign up for my newsletter. You do it the link in my bio or on my website. And I just wanted to bring over my second sample. I wore this one last week, the third Ave tee. This one is in red berries on laser. And it's just so good. It's so good. It's so much fun. And who knows? I might make one or two more of these. I was thinking that a long sleeve version of this could be really fun, right? Were we all thinking that? I was thinking that. I don't know if we were all thinking that, but I am. Anyway, I love this. It is coming out, like I said, Friday, August 23rd. So get your yarn ready and stay tuned for that. And I will have actually, what I will do is I will have all the yardage and information on Ravelry and my website by the time this goes live so that you can actually get your yarn ready, wind it up, and get swatching for the cast on Friday or this weekend. So super fun. The other exciting thing that's going on in admin that I kind of talked about before, but it is now officially here. Our Rhinebeck Rumps Mal is starting also this weekend. Maybe we should start it. It's going to start on Friday also. Friday, August 23rd, and it will run through the end of November. Let's do the end of Thanksgiving weekend here in the US. So you have all that time to knit and finish up your projects. Super excited. We are going to have some Discord channels and threads specifically dedicated to that in my Wolfpack membership, which is also opening up for the final quarter, not this coming month, next month, for the start of October. However, you can join the Wolfpack at any point. So if you're like, man, I really feel like I'm missing out on all these cool things, you can still join us for the third quarter now. But like I said, Rhinebeck Rumps, it is a mal where you knit, crochet, sew, embroider, weave, I don't know what else you do, bottoms, anything that goes on your rump, whether shorts, pants, skirts, dresses, robes, long duster cardigans. I'm getting flexible here, but anything that goes on your bottoms gets entered into this mal. It does not need to be for Rhinebeck, although it is like a fun little counter. Lots of people make Rhinebeck sweaters, even if they're not going up to Rhinebeck, New York for the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. So why don't we also make some Rhinebeck pants, bottoms for our rumps? So use the hashtag Rhinebeck Rumps Mal 2024 on Instagram, where we can all follow along. And like I said, we will be doing prizes on Instagram, so keep an eye out for that. And we will be doing prizes, extra prizes in the Wolfpack membership. So I'm super, super excited for that one. I also realized the last thing that I will say for admin is that I never announced in a video a winner from our Tailgate Party collection launch. And I wanted to go ahead and do that. But I didn't actually choose a winner yet. I forgot. So I'm going to just leave some space here. And if this is your name here, you are the winner of a gift card to my shop to use toward your Tailgate Party collection. If you've already purchased something, I can just refund your order, the amount of the gift card. But if you want to add a little something extra, we can do that as well. So congrats. Thanks for playing along, commenting, telling me what you wanted to make. I saw so many good ideas. I think it was 3 weeks now ago at this point. So many good ideas. A lot of pico de gallo and guac, pulled pork sliders, and red cabbage were some big hitters. And I cannot wait to see all of the projects that come from the Tailgate Party collection this go around. I am blabbering on for a long time. That is the end of my admin. So let's talk about what I've finished. This week, I finished something that, if you watched my video last week, might look like I barely did anything and just did a sign bind off. However, if you actually watched the entire video, you will know that I basically reknit this entire top from here. So this is my Seaside shirt for my mom. Look at it. Whoa. So this is knit and linen. This is Shibui knits reed in Ivory, and it is my first time using linen. It was super crunchy and very sheer. Don't get me wrong, this is still a sheer top. It is a loose gauge. However, it plumped and softened with blocking like you cannot believe. At first, when I blocked it, it almost seemed like I felted it. It was like really crunchy and sticking to itself. But I said, oh no. And I just pulled it into shape. And now it is so good. I get it. I understand the linen craze because it's worth it. So you saw this last week. I was working on the neck, and the neckband was far too long and floppy, and I had too much extra yarn. So I frogged the front and the back. And from about here, I ended up adding in 2.5 inches, and I had been helically knitting the body of this, and I stopped doing that here because of yarn. I don't know if you can really tell. I cannot tell. And usually the camera makes things more obvious, but I can't tell. So I knit about 2.5 inches, and then I reknit the front panel. I reknit the back panel, And then I knit the neckband. And I had just about 1 gram, I think less than 1 gram left. And I threw it out today. It is not, I can't even do anything with it. It is so tiny. But this is perfect. This is for my mom. I am super excited. And now I will be putting this aside to gift to her for her 60th birthday as part of her gift. But yeah, I'm just so excited. I love it. And I am definitely interested in knitting with linen again, which is not the answer I thought I would be giving when I started making that top. Did I say this is my Seaside shirt? Part of the Seaside set from me? I don't know if I said all of that, but now I did. So after I frogged this, reknit the entire thing, I think it was Thursday when I was just finishing up the neckband, I then said, oh, now I have some time for some other whips because this took a lot longer than it could have and should have. So let's talk about what else I worked on. The first thing that I worked on after I bound this off is a whip you have seen before, and it is barely, and I mean barely, still a whip. Honestly, I consider postponing this filming in order to finish this, but time is a little bit tight today. So it is still a whip, and it is in my Tanny Casey Monstera leaf bag, and it is so good. I still have yarn attached. This is a Wolfpack exclusive colorway, and the main body is also a Wolfpack exclusive colorway, but this is on a schooner base. So I have made myself a second Ave Sweatskirt. It is super cute. The ribbing is cinching in a lot, but when it's on, it does not do that. And once this blocks out, you'll get more of that sporty sort of mini skirt feel. And in case you don't know about the second Ave sweat pant pattern that this is based off, it has pockets. Pockets. So much fun. So I have done a lot more knitting on this than it maybe might look like, because what had happened was I had the front panel done, I believe, when I talked to you last, and I just had to do the back panel. And on Wednesday night and Thursday morning, I spent all this time working away on the back panel. I finished, I joined in the round, I was cruising. And on Thursday, I was on Marco Polo with my friend Chelsea, knitting Tipsy, and I held it up and I said, this is not centered. I miscounted. The mistake I made was that I thought I was making a different size. So when I made the waistband, I put the holes in for a smaller size than what I was making, because that's what I usually make. But I decided to go up a size this time because I'm adding the pockets and I don't want these to pull open as much. So I frogged back like an inch of body that I had been working around, the entire back panel, the entire front panel. I picked back up from right here under the waistband, and my challenge on Friday, this was on Friday at this point, was to reknit the entire skirt up to where I had worked so far. So on Friday afternoon, I worked the entire front panel. We got in the car to head down the shore. I worked the entire back panel. That night, I had finished, joined in the body, finished working the yarn up to the point that I had worked at, and added in like an inch more. I was a knitting machine and I was on a mission. But that was super exciting because then that meant on Saturday, I just worked the last few inches here of the body. And on Sunday, I worked the ribbing, and the pooling on this is so cool and so much fun. And then Sunday I did the ribbing. Monday, I worked pocket number 1. And today I will be working pocket number 2. And then I will just make an I-cord for the waistband and throw on some little aglets to the I-cord and slip them through the eyelets. Words. And then I will have a finished object. And I'm going to block this one before y'all see me next, because this is ready to go into testing. The numbers have already technically been tested for the second half sweatpants, and so have the instructions. There are just a few measurements changes that need to happen for the skirt. So I'm just going to get a handful of testers to see the pattern on different bodies, make sure I haven't made any errors in my rewriting of the pattern. And this bad boy will be coming this fall. I cannot wait. I am already planning to wear this to Rhinebeck, and I am so excited. So why didn't you just finish that one pocket, Brianna, yesterday? It doesn't seem like you had that much to do. However, I had to pick up stitches, and I was not in a place where I could spend some time looking down, focus on my project to pick them up. So I picked up another whip of mine that is in my horse feather fiber arts cow print bag. We know I love this. And in here, you will see some socks. Ooh, I pull my stitch stopper off, my Highland cow. And you will see some socks that I'm working on in peanut butter chocolate Flava on catamaran and birthday suit on sunfish. Now, this is the sock that you saw last week that I had finished the entire foot, an extra long and tall gusset, and the heel flap. And you will see this other sock, which is now matching. So this is where you saw it last, I believe. Maybe a little bit somewhere down here. But I finished the foot. I worked the extra long and tall gusset and the heel turn, and they are both just ready on Leg Island. And I have lots of yarn left, so I don't even know if I'm going to use all of the yarn. It smells so good. I don't even know if I'm going to use all of the yarn or if I'm just going to work the leg as long as I want and stop there. I don't know if I'm going to use birthday suit for the cuff or if I should just continue and use as much of the peanut butter chocolate Flava as I can. But this has no deadline, so we're in no rush here. However, it will be my movie knitting for tonight, and I believe that the recipient of these socks does not want their socks that long, so they might be finished by the next time you see them, which is kind of wild. I might have 2 finished objects next week, which means I will have nothing that I'm knitting on. But don't you worry, I already have plans for what is coming next. But first, I don't want to lose my cow. But first, I'll do that later. Let's talk about the last thing that I've been working on. It is a spinning whip, and it is not my drop spindle. Sorry, it's not my drop spindle. Someone yell at me and make me use my drop spindle. But right now, I am obsessed with my wheel spin, and I just can't stop. So, on my Hanson e-spinner, you will see a quite full bobbin because I have spun almost all of the fiber for the second ply of this 3-ply that I'm making. I talked about this last time. So all of these braids that went into this bobbin are from Alaire Artifacts, and that will be 1 ply. And then I made some decisions last time about what I'm going to be doing. I know last time I was talking through it because I will be mixing these rollags from Hikari.handmade and this batt from my friend MC of Blame the Knots. And I decided my plan was to divide into 6, and then I have begun, I'm well into 2 rollags, 1 batt strip, 2 rolags, 1 batt strip, and I am 3/4 of the way done. You can see here, this is all that I have left in terms of rolags. So I have 2 more little chunks of rolags, which means I have 3 little chunks of the batt, because I have not worked this batt yet, but these batts work up so quickly. So my guess is that this ply will also be done for next week, which is very exciting and also means I need to make a decision about what I want to do for the 3rd ply. I am 99% set on using Linzer tarts from my shop. I think perhaps an Aramboulet, I think is what I have it dyed up on, and stealing it from the shop. I'm 99% set on that. I just need to make a decision. Pretty much that's where I'm at. And then literally I just have that 3rd ply and I cannot wait to ply these 3 bobbins together. And I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with them. I could make a traveler sweater. I could make a traveler shawl. I could make a second Ave sweater. I have to sort of double check on yardage and specs and see what everything will be looking like when it's done. But that means I need to think about what I will be casting on next. And I have already shown this before when I showed you the yarn, but that means I am finally ready to get started on this next design with my crocachili on 420. And I'm so excited. It may or may not count as a whip toward my Rhinebeck rumps now. And that's the only spoiler that I will be giving right now. But it's so good, and I'm really excited. I also will say I have 3 skeins already caked up and 3 more on the wings that I anticipate I will need at least 2 of them, potentially 3. So that's another little hint about what this yarn might become. But that will be then the main thing that I'm focusing on through the end of August. I will be caking up yarn to make a muscle burrow for Michael for the first week of September. I have some yarny friends coming to visit and I want like a really nice mindless knit. So I think that will be perfect. And then I may or may not, if I need another mindless whip before I start that one, start on a muscle burrow for my brother-in-law using, I think, a sock blank. I'm not sure what yarn I'm going to use for him, but I think I could start that pretty soon. And I will be in a really good place with my gift knitting. So that's super exciting. Anyway, I can't stop squishing this yarn, but that is all I have for a project plan. So let's talk about what's in the shop. The tailgate party collection is underway and being dyed. However, it is still open and available for those who have not yet grabbed a skein or are still hoping to grab something from there. So first and foremost, that is still available. October Beetlejuice countdown dyeing is well underway. We are almost wrapping that up, hopefully next week. However, single skeins are still available for that. Super Shitty December countdown boxes and single skeins are also still available in the shop, and I'm really excited to get working on those probably next month, which means I get to rewatch season 4 of Schitt's Creek, and I'm so excited. Usually I'll probably just go through and do an entire rewatch of 1 through 4, and I might start an advent blanket from years past as I'm rewatching, but that is beside the point. So Super Shitty boxes are still available. We also have our August clubs, and this is going to be our last call because by the next video, I will have already pulled these down and be dyeing our August clubs up. So if you want one, grab one now. We have Schitt's Creek inspired flute line. Super cute. I see this as super wintry. I've been getting lots of comments that it would be so nice and summery for like a cute summer tank. So I actually think this is just a really versatile colorway. And then we have our new girl inspired colorway, which is Saturday is a day for sleeping. And I continue to love this one so, so much. I just really, really love it. So both August clubs are still available and will be out of the shop the next time that you see me on YouTube. So grab one if you want one. We also have, I think, sold out of the Beetlejuice inspired bags from the Toasty Hen. I know we had one singular bag last week, but I'm not sure. Go run right now. If you want one, pause this and go check. Because if it's not gone already, it will be gone any second. So I don't even want to check and see if it's still available because in the next 2 days, by the time this posts, it might be gone. So check, go check, go check. We still have our cherry bomb accessories in the shop. Those are all going out to customers this week, and which is super exciting and will be made and sent out as more orders come in. We have our porcelain progress creepers from Very Warm Stripes, and I know 1 or 2 Coven collected bags sold last week, so we might have 1 or maybe 2 left. If you want one, definitely check out those really cute Coven collective bags from our cookie jar collaboration. Say that 5 times fast. I can't. But that is all that's in the shop, so let's just talk about life for a second. There are so many things going on behind the scenes that I am not ready to talk about yet, but life has been busy and stressful as always. I think I told you last week that a tree fell on our house. That has since been removed. Our chimney has been fixed, not related to the tree, just another chimney issue we were having, which is awesome. And we've just been trucking along here. I finished reading Everyone on This Train is a Suspect. It was cute. Can confirm I enjoy reading more than I enjoyed the audiobook. So that's something to consider moving forward. And I started reading our book club, our other book club book for this month, that Everyone on the Train is a Suspect is not our official book club. Just a few of us are reading that. And we are reading Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. And I know I read this years ago. I don't remember it. As I'm reading it, I'm like, I kind of know where this is going. Like, I'm having memory of reading it, but I don't know the end, basically, if that makes sense. So, that has been really good so far. I just started 2 nights ago, maybe. And I have not been sleeping that well, but I have been doing lots of reading. So that is something. We are still watching The Bear and are pretty much doing everything that we can to not binge it all in one day and completely finish it because it's just so good. We only have 2 episodes left, so I'm assuming that we will be finishing it this week. But it's so good, and it is already getting my wheels turning as I think about clubs for next year. I have 1 club that will be a year-long club that I'm super, super excited about. But then our second monthly club is usually our fandom. And I know we usually do a quarter for Gilmore Girls because we love that. Ted Lasso has been really fun. But I'm also thinking about some shows we haven't done before. New Girl has been fun. How I Met Your Mother is coming later this year. But The Bear is really cool and exciting. Only Murders in the Building. There are lots of things. I have lots of ideas, but if you have ideas or anything you're hearing that you like, leave a comment down below because your idea might be in the rotation for next year. So we're finishing up The Bear, which is super fun and cool. I'm watching a few culty documentaries, which are always good. I watched Mother God, which was wild. And now I am actually just finishing The Way Down, also wild. I watched the Yara Gambino case on Netflix, which was also pretty wild. Lots of true crime happening over here, but I'm very excited because I think Michael and I are going to start watching the latest season of Too Hot to Handle soon, and I'm ready for that. What else? Last week we went to the movies and we saw... What did we see last week? We saw Long Legs, then we saw Twisters, then we saw Trap. That's what we saw last week. And it was good. Did I talk about this already? Why do I feel like I talked about this already? M. Night Shyamalan. There was a twist. It was good. That's all I'll say. Tonight, we are going to see It Ends With Us, which I'm very curious to see. I have read both It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us, and am very up to date in all of the big feelings that surrounded the books, and now all the big feelings that surround the movie. If you are unaware, it is a movie about domestic violence, so heads up, in case you don't know that. And I'm curious to check it out and see how it is, how they've done it. I know there's a lot of feelings in the press about how certain actors and actresses are portraying things. I'm not going to go into all of that, but I am curious to see how the movie portrays this story. I really like Justin Baldoni, and I was excited to see him directing this. So we will see on that. But that is all that I'm going to talk about for now. There's lots of fun things coming up in the week ahead, including a dye workshop with my alpha tier of the Wolfpack membership. I'm doing a really fun workshop with Natalie of Nitty Natty's membership, her Love and Stitches membership on Thursday. And then we have some fun plans for the weekend. So I cannot wait to talk to you about it next week. And until then, take care of each other. Bye.